All right, so there's 4 players here involved in this 3-team trade. Norman Powell joins the Heat right here. It looks like he was on the Clippers. So he's joining the Heat. John Collins goes to the Clippers. I believe he was on the Jazz. And you have Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love headed to the Jazz. Right? Look at Kyle Anderson real quick. He kind of looks like Steph Curry a little bit. Kind of looks like Steph Curry a little bit. So there's a lot going on here. So I guess him and Kevin Love were on the Heat and they're headed to the Jazz. Look, Steph Curry vibes right there. Just a little bit, right? Possibly. You think I'm wild for that? Okay. So 4, man, that's amazing. I just caught something else too. This is why I like doing this. I mean, this is amazing. So this 3-team trade was completed Monday. Also in the deal, at least 1 second-round draft pick going from the Clippers to Utah. Powell averaged 21.8 points last season for the Clippers and is a career 40% shooter from three-point range. Collins averaged 19 points in 40 games for the Jazz last season, while Love averaged 5.3 points in 23 games with the Heat. Kyle Anderson averaged 6.7 points in 25 games after being traded to Miami. Okay. So, man, how old is Kevin Love, real quick? He's pretty old, right? And here's Steph Curry. I don't know if I showed him earlier. There's Steph Curry right there, looking like Kyle Anderson. So Kyle Anderson headed to the Jazz with Kevin Love. Let me pull up Kevin Love. How old is Kevin Love? Kevin Love? It's pretty old, right? Let's see. 38 or 36? That's it? I thought he was a little bit older. 36 years old, huh? At 5.3 points. Definitely on the decline, right? Okay, so let's get into it here. And this isn't like a full breakdown. There's too much going on. I have solid connections with all these players, but we'll play this video first.
The recent trade between the Clippers, Jazz, and Heat involves Norman Powell, John Collins, Kevin Love, and Kyle Anderson switching teams. Powell, who is coming off a stellar season, brings offensive prowess to Miami with his shooting abilities. Collins, an athletic forward, fits the Clippers' needs and adds scoring versatility to the team. The trade was influenced by the desire for cap flexibility and the need to infuse younger talent into the teams. Utah benefited from the trade by acquiring Collins' contract as an asset and creating a trade exception. The deal signifies strategic moves by each team to strengthen their rosters and prepare for future opportunities in the league.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
All right. You gotta love AI. Gotta love AI.
The recent trade between the Clippers,
Not gonna let me change slides.
Jazz, and Heat involves.
Perfect. Look at that. So Norman Powell. Let me make sure. Do I got my guys right here? Do I got the guys right here? So this is Norman Powell right here joining the Heat. Yep, this is Powell. He was on the Clippers, and it says he's joining the Heat. Look, he syncs up. He syncs up with the Miami Heat right there. Look at that. 79 and 79. And we will be referring back to this 79 later in the decode, as I may have these numbers up twice, but this is his new team, Miami Heat, 79, just like his last name, Powell. And this is 4 players involved in a 3-team trade. Look at his birthday, May 25th. You see that? And the trade was completed 43 days after his birthday. 4 players, 3 teams. Miami Heat equals 43. That's his new team. Just Heat, you get 34. You get the same numbers. And, you got to love AI, right? Right? Just insert his head on, or insert the jersey on the body. I don't know how they do it, as they already have him in the Heat jersey. But what do you think about that? 4 players they name in this trade, and a 3-team deal. 3-team trade. 43 days after Norman Powell's birthday. New teams got the 43 and the 34. Okay, so John Collins is headed to the Clippers. You see, he was on the Jazz, right? He matches up with Norman Powell. You see that? 166 and 58 in 2 out of the 4 base ciphers. 2 out of the 4 players named in this trade. And look at how they sync up like that. Even John Collins the third, you get 85. And these are Donald Trump numbers as well, because on what is it? On leap years, Donald Trump's birthday is the 166th day of the year. And John equals 16 and 61. Trump's got the middle name John as well. I believe this 85 is in Trump's name as well. I think it's 85 or 158 or 185, something like that. But there's always a lot of Trump energy lingering in these trending stories. As a lot of the trending stories, you're going to see similar numbers. And you know what? Norman Powell, there's probably a Colin Powell connection also. We may look at that in a little bit. Is it Colin Powell or Colin Powell? Maybe it's Colin Powell. But look at these 2 guys matching up by the numbers here involved in this trade. And there's more, because John Collins III headed to the Clippers. Norman Powell headed to the Heat. Look at Norman Powell's May 25th birthday. His last birthday left 220 days in the year. John Collins III equals 220 in the reverse cipher. And I mentioned that name John with John Collins III. And I mentioned Donald Trump, because John Trump has that 220. You see that right there? Look at the 185 with Donald John Trump. Just like basketball, 185. And remember, Donald John Trump 220, like 22. There's that 85 with basketball. Okay, so basketball's got the 85. Donald J. Trump has 68. Donald John Trump has 68. You see that? I mean, can a day go by when Trump isn't mentioned in the trending news? But you see, basketball even has that 85 right there. Look at that. So basketball's got 85 like John Collins III. And again, you see the 58 with Norman Powell, 58 with John Collins right there. Check that out right there. Look at that. And then the 220s. Even the National Basketball Association, you get 202, which is like 22, y'all. Now, so here's John Collins again. Was a member of the Jazz, headed to the Clippers. You see his September 23rd birthday right here? That upcoming birthday leaves 99 days in the year. New team. Los Angeles Clippers equals 99. And I want you to keep in mind there's only 4 base ciphers, okay? So look at, without even going too deep on this decode, you see John Collins right here with the ball. That looks like Powell guarding him right there, doesn't it? Probably is. But you see John Collins with the ball here. I got the Jazz logo blocked, but you see I put this Clippers logo as he heads to the Clippers. And isn't that's amazing, right? Los Angeles Clippers 99. John Collins' birthday leaves 99 days. And remember something else with Norman Powell. His new team, don't forget, syncs up with that 79 with Powell as he's headed from the Clippers to the Heat. Now here's the dude again that looks like Steph Curry. So you see Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson headed to Utah. Look at how their birthdays are 13 days apart. You see that? September 20, September 7. But remember the 79 with Powell and Miami Heat? That's Kevin Love's birthday. That's Kevin Love's birthday. The 7th day of the 9th month. So it's not a coincidence. And remember, there's 4 players involved in this 3-team trade. Remember, you get the 43 right there as well. Kevin Love's birthday with the 7-9. And check this out. Look at that. 3 out of these 4 players. Look at the birthdays. September. 3 of them are in September. Kevin Love, September 7. Kyle Anderson, September 20. John Collins' birthday is 3 days later. And we have another 79. So basically the 79 with Kevin Love's birthday is hitting very heavy here because it's a 79-day span from this trade being completed to John Collins' upcoming birthday is a 79-day span. And again, that's the Kevin Love birthday, the 7th day of the 9th month, as these 2 swap teams. And remember, Kyle Anderson also headed to the Jazz. So look at that. You get the 79 there with Kevin Love's birthday, 79-day span from the trade to John Collins' birthday. And don't forget, Miami Heat's got the 79. Powell's got the 79 right there. Isn't that wild? And that's how you do a 4-person trade. As you see here, Eazy-E has the same birthday as Kevin Love. And I want you to notice some connections here. You see Eric Lynn, right? Lynn starts with the L like love. Lynn's got 4 letters like love. 4 letters. Eric Lynn Wright. Wright's got W. Kevin Love's middle name's got W with Wesley. You see that? Check that out. The same birthday. Even Eric and Kevin, you do get E and I, so you even get 2 letters there. But Lynn, Love, Wesley, Wright, same birthday, Easy E and Kevin Love. Don't forget that we just had the holiday, 4th of July, Independence Day. This is Kyle Foreman Anderson. Four. And he played 4 seasons with San Antonio before signing with the Grizzlies in 2018. After 4 seasons with the Grizzlies, he signed with Minnesota. 4. This trade just after the 4th of July. Dude's middle name is Foreman. Foreman. It looks like he's got 20 on his jersey right there, doesn't it? And he's born on the 20th. It looks like a 20 to me. Maybe it's blocking out. And yeah, it appears to be a 20. So even his jersey number syncs up with the day that he's born on the 20th of September. And I did go and look. I didn't see any George Foreman connections. Foreman's got the Fore men, but I still looked at it. I didn't catch it. And remember, Tupac was shot on Eazy-E's birthday, and then he died 6 days later, right? Orlando Anderson was the gang member who was a suspect in the murder of rapper Tupac, right? Anderson, like Kyle Anderson in this trade. Remember, Kevin Love also in this trade with the Eazy-E birthday, 9/7. The day Tupac got shot, 9/7. The dude Anderson is a suspect. You got Anderson in the trade. Not to mention, dude's name's Orlando, and Orlando has a basketball team. Wouldn't that be super wild if they were involved in this trade? Notice Orlando Anderson's baby Lane. You see that right there? Lane, 4 letters, and it starts with L, like love, like Lynn. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what category the trending story is in: sports, politics, music. It all connects. You see right there? September 7, Tupac shot on Eazy-E and Kevin Love's birthday, and then he dies 6 days later. Check that out. Tupac, man. Tupac, he pops up a lot with these connections. I don't know if it's just because he was such a popular character. He pops up a lot. Kobe Bryant pops up a lot when doing these decodes. But yes, Tupac was shot on Kevin Love's birthday and Eazy-E's birthday. And there may be some other connections in there as well. So that's how you do a 4-person, 3-team trade. Let's play this. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
Sham Sharania, let me give you a warning. Next time you wake me up out of my sleep for a bullshit mid-ass trade, what am I looking at, bro? We have a Shams bomb, and Kevin Love's name is involved in the year of 2025. Norman Powell is now a Miami Heat. John Collins is now a Los Angeles Flipper. Kevin Love is in the headline. He's 48 years old. He's going to the Utah ass, along with Slow-Mo. Now, assuming Kevin Love and Slow-Mo get bought out, because I don't know why a rebuilding Jazz team would want two old heads. I would love Kevin Love to be the backup on the Lakers. I'd rather have Kevin Love than this dog shit, awful, horrible, disgusting. Should I keep going? Let's keep going. I hate you, Jackson Hayes. Always will and will never stop. And for the easiest sports picks, make sure I download StatKit. Like all your parlays, help you with all.
This guy with his opinions. But yeah, Kevin Love doesn't seem like he brings much to the table anymore. And he's 38, not 48. 5.3 points. There's Kyle Anderson again looking like Steph Curry, man. Look at that. He looks like a Curry brother. Kyle, he's got the K like Kevin. They're headed to the Jazz. Born on the 20th, 20 on his jersey. Known as La Kyer. What's that about? Oh no, he went to UCLA. He's age 31. He hits the Jazz. He only averaged 5.9 points. So John Collins, pretty decent, 18.9 points, 8 rebounds. That's pretty solid right there. And Norman Powell, 21.8. Norman Powell heads to the Heat. John Collins heads to the Clippers. All right. So yeah, that's how you do a three team 4-player trade right there. And I just like to scan the article just to see if anything else pops. And I'm not noticing anything else worth mentioning. Oh man, I didn't do a thumbnail. So I guess I'm going to have to go make a freaking 4-player thumbnail maybe, or something else. And yeah, there's that again, that 7-9, and 3 of these guys born in the same month. Even John Collins is born in 97. So you get that 9-7-79 hitting one more time. All the way around the board here. Around the board or across the board? I don't know. All right, that's the trade. Until next time, peace.